The mental health laws in this country are so archaic. Anyone can just go to any public hospital. It could be a friend, it could be your parents, it could be your husband. Just say, oh, this woman is not okay, and they just lock you up.
No one has asked me ever for my consent to be institutionalized, and I never even dreamt of being into any institution, because my husband never even gave me a slight inkling about the fact that I would be in a hospital.
And we consider forced institutionalization and forced treatment within institutions as a huge human rights violation. And we are getting more and more reports of people, especially the young people, young adults, getting institutionalized much against their will.
They don't tell you what you're here for, why you're here, what is it you're taking medication for, what is this they're injecting you, nothing will be answered.
There was a lot of medication I was on. It was antipsychotics, and this was the first time I was really on any medicine, because I'd never taken any medication before for anything like this. I'd never been diagnosed with anything. They kept saying you have bipolar disorder and you're paranoid.
So the patient comes, she is made to lie down. We place the headpiece, and once we press the button, the small amount of electric current goes into the brain. Most of the patients who are recommended for ECTs, they are not mentally fit for giving consent, because they are not stable enough. So in that case, in those cases, we take the consent from the relatives.
I never knew what was ECTs, and even when I questioned them there, they never told me. So there is no question about consent. Even after coming out of the hospital, I was being given ECTs, and when I questioned the doctor, he made another story that he was not giving me ECTs, but he was doing blood tests for me.
Even in the most disturbed client, we have found a way of communicating with them and making them a partner in all the treatment that we are offering to them.
Once they do it to you, that threat of it happening again, that fear is always with you. You always keep thinking, okay, I better stay on my best behavior, because you never know, they can just do it again.
Women and girls with intellectual and psychosocial disabilities are stripped of this right to legal capacity, which is the right to make decisions about one's own life, simply because they have a disability. For any medical procedure, there is a right to informed consent, and this should be applied whether you have a disability or you don't. In India, Human Rights Watch found that women and girls with intellectual and psychosocial disabilities face a range of abuses, from forced sterilization to forced institutionalization to involuntary treatment. And these violations are a direct result of them losing their legal capacity or their right to make decisions on their own. The Mental Health Act in India allows a family member or a relative to bring a person to an institution and say, this person should be locked here because they're acting crazy or they're incapable of making decisions, and their word is what's taken. In fact, the person, particularly women with intellectual or psychosocial disabilities, and are not asked, and they have little or no opportunity to actually appeal any decision, and so they end up locked up in these institutions for months, if not years.